Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and this is Centralise. And today we've got 5 fragrances for under £160 or under $200. So recently, Chris from Fragmental did a video about this, 5 fragrances under £160. And I thought it was a brilliant idea, and it was a shame that it wasn't tagged. And then Matt from Questioning Sense decided to do the video anyway, so I thought, why not jump on, do the video myself, and then actually start a tag. So thanks ever so much to Chris for starting it, and thanks ever so much for Matt as well. So the 3 people I'm going to tag, I'll tag at the end, so you've got to stay tuned right to the end, which will also help my watch time. I have now hit 1,000 subs, but I've still got about 400 hours of watch time before I get to the monetized part, so there's still quite a bit of watching to be done. So if you ever fancy binge watching, just putting me on in the background, you feel free to do that. No, I'm just messing, just do what you like. So the premise of this was 5 fragrances, 1 a clone, 1 a cheapie, 1 a designer, 1 an indie, and 1 a niche, all for under £160. Now, when I first saw it, and I saw Chris do it, he actually picked most of mine. I think there was only 1 which he'd picked, which wasn't what I would have picked. And then I saw Matt's, and I thought, this looks like it could be easy to do, but when you actually sit down and you start putting it down on paper, I was like, oh my days, this is so difficult. But in the end, I gave way in a few that I wanted to put in there just so as I could fit others in. So eventually we got there. So the clone, I could have gone with a cheap 13mm from Perfume Parlour, but I think this one deserves to be in there, and it's one that I recently picked up, and it's from Pocket Sense, and it's Versace 1722. And this is Pocket Sense take on Parfums de Marly Layton, and it let me tell you, it is wonderful. So anybody that's tried Layton, you'll know that it's a warm, spicy, wonderful scent. It's got vanilla, it's got apple, cardamom, lavender. It's got so much to it that it just works beautifully during the autumn time, and I'm getting stuck into this one big time. Love it. So Versace comes in at £25, so that's the first one. So the cheapie, I decided to go for a Sarah Jessica Parker, and it's called Stash. Now this is a small one, and you can get this 30ml for £10. Now I was going to put the 100ml in for £20, but then all the figures didn't add up. So you can pick this up for £10, but if you did want to pay that extra and go slightly over, then you could buy the 100ml. And this, it is wonderful. This is niche quality for a cheap fragrance. The amber in this is lovely. It's spicy, it's ambery, it's got lots of different woods in it, and it's got an aromatic feel to it as well, and it's really nice, well worth checking out. And you can pick that Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker up from Fragrance Direct for just £10. So the next one is the designer, and this was difficult fitting this one in. I in the end went with Toy Boy, and I picked the 50ml, and this is available for just £34 from Fragrance X. Fragrance X is an American company, but don't let that worry you, because they deliver between 4 and 5 days, and there's lots of offers for free shipping. If you sign up to the emails, you get 15% off as well. But I managed to see this one for £34. Now if you haven't tried this, which I don't know which rock you've been under, It's got rose, it's got magnolia, it's got pear, it's got some nice resin, some wood. It's beautiful, and this hit my #1 spot in my autumn top 10. So the next one, and this is my indie choice. Now, I've got quite a few choices for indie, but I'll mention one that I've recently picked up, and you can pick this up for just £20 for 30ml. So it's got leather, it's got brown sugar, it's got vanilla, and it's called Prerogative, and it's by Autumnal Perfumery, and I absolutely love this. And the feeling I get from this smell, even though it's not mentioned in the notes, is like a ginger, but it's like from the ginger beer, you know, the cans of ginger beer that you can get. Now, I used to drink them when I was a kid, used to love them, and that's the smell that I get from it, and I absolutely love it. It's so warm and inviting, and it's ideal for this time of year. So that's Prerogative, and that's by Autumnal Perfumery. So my fifth and final choice, and this is my niche one. Now, this is the one that I had the most problems with, because I don't actually own many niche fragrances. I've probably got about 7 or 8. So trying to pick one that I'd got which fitted into the bracket that I needed was quite difficult. But eventually I found this, and I think it was on Notino, and it is by Mancera, and it's Cedra Boise or Boise. And you could pick this up. I mean, this is the 60ml, so this is the smaller one, and I actually picked this up for £70 way back when. But you can now pick up the 120ml for just £63.50. Can you believe that? I know, it's amazing. And this is, it gets compared quite a bit to Aventus, but for me it's not an Aventus. It starts quite similar. You've got your blackcurrant, you've got lemons, you've got different fruits in the opening, which obviously could include pineapple, but then after the first 10 minutes it goes in a completely different direction, and I love it. And that is my final choice. So that comes under £160, not by much, but it comes under. I'll leave all the figures on the side so as you can see. So all that's left for me to do is tag 3 people. So I know this is a new tag because I'm the first one starting it, even though 2 people have done it when it wasn't a tag. So I'm going to pick Tony from Fragmental, who I did a live with recently. We was looking at some Rosa Salas fragrances, which was a brilliant live. Really enjoyed it, Tony. So let's see you do this. I'll also tag Scott from the Centurion. I know he's got things from each of the different categories. That was one of the things that I took into account when I did this. There's no point picking somebody who doesn't believe in clones. There's also no point picking somebody that doesn't have any niche fragrances that would fit into the bracket that we needed for the price range. So I'll pick Scott from the Centurion, and then lastly I'll pick Nick and Anthony from Talk and Review. Be interesting to get their take on it as well. So that's it from me. What would your 5 picks be to get under £160? Leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.